दोस्त दोस्त ना रहा, पार्टनर पार्टनर ना रहा. Yes, that's the sad story of Bhuvneshwar Kumar, because his partner in crime, the man with whom he has been sharing the new ball in the ongoing ODI series against Sri Lanka, Deepak Chahar, might be the biggest reason why he misses out on a spot in the final 11 of India's T20I squad for the T20I World Cup, which will be happening later in this year. Yes, and also Chahar's another partner in CSK, partner in crime, Shardul Thakur, and his senior Mohammad Shami, whom whenever he sees, Deepak Chahar sees, touches his feet and takes blessings. Both are in danger because of Deepak Chahar. Also, one more important thing, Mahendra Singh Dhoni has left cricket, international cricket, since the T20 2019 World Cup, might make the biggest decision, might play the most decisive factor in determining the final 11 and determining Deepak Chahar's fate in that final T20I 11 of World T20 for India. How? Are you surprised? अरे भाई राज खोलेंगे, आस्ते आस्ते खोलेंगे. Let's come to the story. First of all, Deepak Chahar, brilliant match-winning performance against Sri Lanka. The stats are appearing at the bottom of the screen, but just shrug it away for a moment. Just get deep down into the story. Deepak Chahar for Rajasthan, he's a well-acclaimed bowler and someone who is a hard hitter, good enough all-rounder. In domestic circuit, Deepak Chahar is known for that. But as long as you don't give praman, proof, unless you do proof of the same thing in international cricket, nobody will believe you कि अरे ये कर सकता है. Nobody believed Deepak Chahar that he was a good all-rounder because he didn't have a sample size of his domestic performance with the bat in international cricket. He didn't get an opportunity to bat for that long in international cricket up until now. But this Sri Lanka ODI has proved how good he is with the bat. And apart from the run, strike rate, and what was more important is that when Surya Kumar got out, the 6th wicket fell, Krunal Pandya was joined by Deepak Chahar. Some balls were flighted to him, half volleys were there, but he didn't go after them in spite of the fact that he is a good hitter. He took singles, he blocked the good balls, and he gave strike to Krunal Pandya. But when Krunal got out and the run rate was almost threatening to touch 7 or something like that, and Bhuvi had come in the last 10 overs, Deepak Chahar did the hardest thing in the most easiest way. Why the hardest thing? Because in the last 10 overs, remember, 5 fielders are outside the ring. From 11 to 40, 4 are outside the ring. So it's actually the big hits are easier in that 11 to 40 overs. And it's more difficult with that one extra fielder in from the 41st to 50 over. But with the run rate getting high, Deepak Chahar hit 5 fours and 1 6, all cricketing shots, all very much under control, straight drive, lofted drive, hook, and then there was a slog sweep, everything under control shots, and he kept the run rate very much in check, required run rate, and won the game. Neither did it look that he is a tail-ender who is just trying to hit out, or neither did it look like that he was lucky with his shots. That somehow out of nowhere has brought Deepak Chahar into the equation as a genuine fast bowling all-rounder for India. He was much lower down the pecking order up until now as a fast bowler or a fast bowling all-rounder, but one innings has changed that. Because see, now in the Indian T20I squad, the first 7 slots are almost booked. 5 genuine batters at the top, then 2 all-rounders, Hardik Pandya, Ravindra Jadeja. 4 slots remain. Jasprit Bumrah will definitely get one of the slots. And because Jadeja is there, they might need another spinner. And Jadeja is a left-arm orthodox, so they will need a leg spinner. It will be a toss-up between Yuzi Chahal and Rahul Chahal, Deepak's brother. So how many spots remain? Only 2 spots. And who are fighting for it? Up until now, it was Shami, it was Shardul, it was Bhuvi, the genuine fighters for those slots. Now Deepak Chahar is coming. If we pit Deepak Chahar against all these players, what result do we get? Against Shami, for example. Shami, brilliant in ODIs, brilliant in tests, but when it comes to T20Is or T20s, he hasn't had that much of an impact, be it in IPL, be it in international T20s. Yes, there are one or two one-off performances here and there, but nothing like that what he has done in ODIs or tests. That's where Deepak Chahar gets an edge. Also, Shami is not that great with the bat. He is a slogger who might get you one or two big hits, nothing more than that. Deepak Chahar, clean, go ahead against Shami. Against Shardul, a similar kind of player who can bat well, who is a pinch hitter down the order. But what happens to his bowling? Shardul Thakur, if I pit him against Deepak Chahar has X factor. He is good with the swing, bowling up front. He's good in the middle overs. He can bowl those knuckle balls, slower balls at the death. He's an all-round bowler. He has that X factor to get good batters out, even if those batters haven't played a bad shot. What Shardul Thakur depends on is line and length, those variations and the mistakes of the batters. When batters don't commit genuine mistakes, Shardul's wicket-taking ability reduces. That's where Deepak Chahar again gets a go-ahead. Now, the biggest competitor, Bhuvi versus Deepak Chahar, they are almost like a clone because their modus operandi is same. They are good with the swing bowling, again same things they do at the death, slower balls, knuckle balls, almost like same. They are both good, reliable batters. But remember, in this match, Rahul Dravid trusted Deepak Chahar ahead of Bhuvneshwar Kumar when Surya Kumar got out. What indication does that give? That whenever there is a pressure of runs, the run rate is high, Deepak Chahar is preferred batter because Bhuvneshwar Kumar is a batter who will nudge singles or twos here and there and might get one or two big hits, or he might scoop the ball and somehow get those boundaries. But when it comes to Deepak Chahar, he has good power in his body. He is a genuine hitter who can clear the ball. Remember, the T20I World Cup is in UAE, where two of the grounds are massive. And there, like Deepak Chahar showed in this innings, he can take those singles and twos, he can go for the big hits. Deepak Chahar's batting will be more effective than Bhuvneshwar Kumar. And then this one slot will be remaining and Shami, Bhuvi and Shardul will be fighting for it. Deepak Chahar's slot, I feel, is sealed. If it is not sealed as of now, then Dhoni comes in there. How? Because just imagine how Dhoni uses Deepak Chahar. He is already in the half completed IPL. He is in the top 5 wicket takers. In 2 matches, he has taken 4 wickets each separately. That means he has decimated opposition in 2 of the games with 4 wickets. In T20Is, in 4 overs, if you take 4 wickets, the opposition is finished. And that's where Dhoni comes in. Dhoni uses him like no one else. If Deepak Chahar is on a rhythm, good rhythm, he bowls him his 4 overs, full quota of 4 on the trot and gives him maximum chance to get as many as wickets possible. If Deepak Chahar is not clicking at the start, and remember Deepak Chahar is very good in power play. Since he made IPL debut, nobody has taken as many wickets as Deepak Chahar in power play in IPL. If he doesn't click in the power play, Dhoni keeps his 2 overs at the death and tries him at the death, and when in death overs batters go after you, again you get a chance to pick wickets. So IPL, which will be the most important deciding factor for a number of slots in the Indian T20I squad, might be the final deciding factor for Deepak Chahar, because under Dhoni, if his process will be same. In India, it has shifted to UAE now, but Dhoni will be using Deepak Chahar in the same way, giving him maximum chances to pick up as many wickets as possible. If he has a great IPL, along with that, Dhoni's gambling strategies and all these street smart cricket strategies, where he sends all these pinch hitters up the order at times to surprise opposition, just like he does with Sam Curran. Who knows, he will do the same thing. He might do the same thing with Deepak Chahar. He might promote him up the order to 6th or 7th someday and tell him to go big. And if he wins 1 or 2 matches like that with the bat too, the final stamp will be there in the Indian T20I squad in the name of Deepak Chahar, and Dhoni will be the very big deciding factor. Remember, in love and war, everything is fair. And when it comes to India's T20I World Cup squad selection, no partnership, nothing will come in between Deepak Chahar and anyone else, because it's World War. Tadam.